Are you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to the Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome back to the Songwriter Show, right here on Reality Radio 101. I'm your humble host, Sarantos, a solo music artist who's been writing lyrics for as long as I can remember. Words just mean the world to me, and that's why I love hosting this show for you every single Tuesday evening. I believe that every song is a story. Tonight, I'm so happy to have on the show Glenda Benevides. She was born in Oakland, California, and she's been singing professionally since the age of 16. Deeply influenced by classic vocalist Sarah Vaughan to Rachel Farrell to staple singers, her soul, expression, and intention is of the heart.
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show, Glenda. How are you doing tonight?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. So you've got kind of an interesting background. Tell us a little bit about what got you in this crazy world of singing and music and vocalist stuff.
Well, back in 1812, no.
That's right. This is the special episode. We have vampires on the show, so.
Correct. It was one of those things that I just fell into in the sense of, as a young child, I, just loved music and I loved singing. It was just natural. It was one thing just led to another. It was never like, I'm going to be a singer or I'm going to play guitar or I'm going to, it was never like that. It was just, those were just things that I did, and I was really fortunate because I had amazing family members. My mom and dad, I'm an only child, but it felt like a lot, but they were just really supportive of me. So I just followed my nose, so to speak, and one thing led to another. And I was in my first band at official band, like we're out performing at 17.
Oh, that's so awesome.
It was really awesome.
You know what? I was in high school trying to start a band, and none of my buddies. One guy played the guitar, and I would beg people, and I just could not find anyone to do a garage band or anything with me.
What?
So I kind of just never really pursued it, and it's one of my biggest regrets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gosh, those are the fun times because you don't know what you're doing, and you're just like figuring it out as you go along, So yeah, I was fortunate that way because I always did music in school, and then I followed the same path like you wanted to. Was, when I was in high school, then I started the whole band. I put my band together, that kind of thing, and then but I didn't actually. It wasn't until that following summer that when I was actually working as a waitress, as you do when you're a kid, work somewhere.
Yes.
I saw this band, actually. It was so funny because I think I was 16 and a half, 17. And I went to pick up, there's like this window where the bar was, and I went to pick up some drinks for my table. And I saw this band like loading into the bar, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I want to be in that band. I had no idea, right?
Yeah.
And
that's awesome though.
But it was really cool. And then I heard there was a song that came on the radio or the jukebox or whatever was playing. And I thought, okay, I'm going to just start singing really loud. This is how innocent I was.
Did you start screaming at them?
I didn't know. I just started singing along. Right. And then the bass player actually heard me sing, and he goes, "Who is that?" And then they found out who I was, and I said, yeah. And they said, "Oh, have you ever been in a band?" And I lied. I go, "Oh yeah, no problem." Next thing I know was auditioning for that band, and then I got in, and thus is the beginning of my career.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
So let's fast forward a little bit. What motivates you to be a singer, songwriter, vocalist today?
Different things at different times. I just know that that's my one of my gifts and that I just need to do that. And then when I'm writing songs, it's again, it's different times at different things. Like there were certain things I was very passionate about or I had a strong opinion about a few years back. And then I just have to write about it. I have to tell my side of the story. Um, and I think it always is kind of like that, but it was not so much. I think there were moments where it was make wrong, if that makes sense. It's like, this is
Yeah.
wrong, got to stand up for something. And now it's not so much with that fervor. It's more of like, how can I uplift? How can I make a difference here? And what could I say that really would make a difference for people? Storytelling, as you know, just like you. You want to tell a story that has impact, on some level. And then you hope you put together the music that has the vibration that really does match what you're saying. So hope that answers your question.
It does. It's interesting you said that because when I first started and I didn't know what I was doing,
Yeah.
I would like literally have music and I'd put like lyrics and I'd sing in a way and people were like, this doesn't go together. Like, and I didn't understand that. I was like, what are they talking about? So it's interesting you say that. And I think sometimes people don't understand how important that is. You can throw them a little, a little twist here or there, but at the end of the day, the whole vibe, it has to fit together. The prosody is really important.
I think so too. I really, really think so. And I think that's part of being a conscious songwriter. Oh, I think I'm a songwriter, but I'm actually a poet, or whatever.
Yeah.
There's all these different distinctions. And a songwriter, honestly, I think is a storyteller first and foremost. And then when you step through that window of what I call spell casting, spell making, because spelling, right? Spell casting. Hopefully people will get that. Yeah, it's the word spelling. When you write, you're spelling words, on people to heal, harm, hurt, whatever, right? So you're creating that, and then you take that and then you ask yourself, like, this is what I do. What is it that I'm trying to say? What is it and how do I want to touch someone? Like how does that sound? And then you play around with sounds, or you play around with a co-writer or something like that. And then you really just get to the core essence and vibration of what you're really trying to have an impact with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's really important.
I think so too. And you can see it too, like with songs that really make an impact on a larger level. If you were to step back and analyze the song, you go, oh, that's really what the community, that is really what the world is talking about or saying. There's something to look at inside of what makes a song really popular, right?
Yeah. When you get to writing a song, how do you get started? Do you start with a vocal melody? Do you start with the drum groove, the bass, the guitar, the piano? How do you do it?
It really is different every time. It's something I want to say. So, let me give an example. So, okay, so this next song that I'm actually working on is called Pride, and it's not out yet. It'll be out in another month or two, but we've been working on that song, and I had written it before, and it really started out with lyrics. It didn't really start out with melody. It just started out with lyrics. And the reason it started out with lyrics was because it was a spin off of a story from a friend of mine that he posted on Facebook. And he was just outraged at the scenario that had happened. And I was so deeply moved by the story that I was like, oh my goodness, I need to write about this. Like, this is the crux of the things that are wrong with society, that we're ignoring our fellow man, woman, person, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
And I was just so shaken that I had to write this song. So it came out with lyrics first, and then then I worked it out with my music partner Gene Williams. He's awesome. awesome partner to work with. A songwriter. He's also a mastering engineer. And he and I sat with the guitar and we went back and forth, and I just kind of hummed out some melodies and we just kind of banged that out for a while. And that's how it started. And then it's just guitar vocal, right? And then we started building, from the ground up, drums, bass, that kind of thing. And then it morphs. And now I'm working with a co-producer out of the UK. Jeremy Munns is his name. And he's fabulous. He's so creative, and he's a fabulous musician himself. And so he took what we did as an acoustic thing and just put a whole beautiful palette around it. Yeah, it was amazing. So that's kind of how that song went. So each song is like a baby, each song is like a little story, a little house, a little person, a little baby. It's got its own little thing, right?
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So do you have any famous musicians that you love to jam with?
Goodness gracious. There's so many artists that I actually love for different reasons. Gosh, that's a good trick question. I would say Rochelle Farrell is one of my favorite influences. Fabulous artist, singer, songwriter, everything. Really like an unsung hero. And I don't know if I would want to sing with her because she's pretty amazing. I would just probably stand there in awe of her for a while. But like as if I wanted to do a duet with somebody, it would probably be like I'd like to open for like Buddy Guy or somebody like that. Or
oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, he's like, yeah,
I saw him in Chicago once.
Did you? Oh my God, he's amazing.
He has like what's it called, Buddy Guy's Bar or something like that, where he's there pretty routinely. My sister took me there. It was pretty cool.
Oh my God, I love it. I didn't know that. Yeah, I saw him here in the Napa Valley up here. But he was just phenomenal. Like, wow, I want to do that all the way up into my 80s.
Yeah, totally. Well, I don't think any of our listeners feel bad for you up there in Napa Valley, that terrible area where the weather is so much worse than Chicago. Yeah. All right, tell you what, tell us about this song here. We're going to listen to it in about a minute. What do you want us to take from it?
I Burn. What a great song. It's the story behind it is it was written, it's a fantasy, but it was written about a guy that was, how do you say it? The guy falls in love with a girl. The girl cheats on him. He catches her cheating on him. And then he decides to burn the house down with her and her lover in there.
So it's a positive, uplifting song.
Yeah, it's an uplifting song. So that's kind of how it started. And then, of course, I wanted to do, we did a little music video on it, and we made it so it started out. She loved her partner, husband, whatever. But she started seeing someone else, and it looks like a guy, but it's actually not a guy. It was a girl. And then he burns the house down. But yeah, so we kind of switched it up a little bit. I made it a little racy. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. All right. Tell you what, let's check it out, and then we'll come back and talk. Okay.
Great.
All right, everybody, check this out. Here we go.
My mind brings back to school time. Touched your skin and felt your fire inside. Fire inside. I long to feel your embrace, your hair, your smell that leaves a trace of fire. Fire inside. Still that fire burns inside. No matter how I try, I burn. And all I see is ashes, but inside I burn. A rainbow down on a cold dark day. That fire inside you kept the cold at bay. Those thoughts that burn in my mind, how I miss those eyes so filled with fire. want you all the time. The night you left, you burnt my love alive. Burnt that love alive. I stand here now in a cold downpour, that fire inside 100 years worn. I swore you burn my love alive. Oh, still that fire burns inside me, no matter how I try. Still that fire burns inside me, no matter how I try. And all I see is ashes, but inside I burn. Burning fire. Oh, I can't leave it. I will watch you till the end. Burning fire, burning fire. I can't leave it alone. Burning fire. I will watch it till the end. Burning fire. I will leave no sin unburned. Burning fire, burning fire, burning fire, burning fire. Burning fire. I can't leave it alone. Burning fire. I will watch until the end. Burning fire. I will leave no sin unburned. Burning fire, burning fire, burning fire, burning
Thank you so much for sharing that song with us. Very inspirational.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for listening.
You're welcome. So the other thing I found kind of inspirational, did I read this wrong? Are you planting a tree or something for every song? Like, tell me about that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks. I was pretty inspired by another artist that I think he was like a mix engineer or something. And every time someone would do something, he would plant a tree, right? So I thought I'd check into it. And the company's called One Tree Planted. And they actually plant all over the world. And what you can do is you can go on and buy trees. And so I thought, gosh, why don't I do that every time someone purchased my merchandise, my t-shirts, my whatevers, and my music, and then my book, Courage, Find Your Fire, Ignite Action in Your Life. Anytime somebody buys something like that, I get pinged so I know who's buying. And then what I do is I go in to One Tree Planted and I buy a bunch of trees, and usually for the people that have purchased my merchandise. And it's kind of like this fun win-win that I get to help you plant a tree, make a difference, put some lungs back on our planet. And then you get to help me by helping my business thrive. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to do that. So right now I've gone up to 250 trees now planted worldwide.
Yeah, that's very cool and commendable. And I don't even know what to say. That's just very cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you think connections are important in this industry, or do you think they're overrated?
You know, everything is a connection. They're not overrated. What I say is it's your intention. What is your intention? Are you trying to get something or get somewhere? I would say that's not a place to stand. A place to stand is with your art, with your creativity, with the love and passion that you have for it. And when you reach out to people, be yourself, be authentic, be who you are, and connect with people because you want to connect with them, that you're curious, that you're interested, ask questions, and just be with people. I have fabulous, fabulous people in my life that, excuse me, I've never used, so to speak, a connection with them to get something. I've just, for the sake of knowing another human being in my business, in my aspect of my business. So that's where I think the what's the word, like the righteousness of it. I mean, I would say, know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and who you really want to connect to. It's really important. I mean, a few years back, I decided I was, I'd been in the industry for a long time professionally, meaning I get paid for what I do. And I thought, what's this Grammy thing all about? So I thought I'd check into it. And, once I started digging into it, I thought, well, why do you want a Grammy? I just really asked myself these questions. And it's not Grammy for Grammy's sake, but I knew that that was the community and the echelon of people that I wanted to connect with, that I wanted to relate to, that I wanted to play with. And I thought, this is a good community. This is my community. Like, I should be in this community. And so I worked towards that. And I got the offer to join the Recording Academy. And now I'm in the Recording Academy. I am one of the voting members. And then I just submit my music every year. So this has been really fun. And yeah, of course, if I get nominated or if I eventually get a Grammy, I'm going to be excited. It just open more doors. That's just how it works.
It's interesting. I had the last 3 years, and I could never find a second person because you need two people to recommend you.
Correct.
And back in, I don't remember, I think it was 2017 or something, I had a song kind of nominated that went up the chain, but obviously it didn't make it to the final cut.
Yeah,
and I've always wanted
though.
to get more involved with the Grammy things, but you can't even, it's almost like you can't even break into it unless someone lets you in, which
Yeah.
I find discouraging because I want to be active, especially in Chicago.
Yeah.
We don't have this ginormous music scene here, but that's been the hardest thing for me, is to get into it from the, not for selfish reasons, just because, I believe in what they're doing. And I think there's a lot of great artists out there.
Absolutely. And it's been, it's been delightful actually every year to be able to go, okay, getting to look through the nominees and not nominees, but the actual, people that have submitted their stuff. Some of it's really fabulous. Some of it's not, but and you're like, wow, how'd that work out? But yeah, I mean, I'm like, I'm sitting there privy to, this is Bonnie Raitt's newest track, and I'm like, oh
That's
my
awesome.
God, Lupa Dupa, and all these different people, it's just really, really cool. It's been fun and delightful. And you should see if you can get in, because it is one wonderful community, like just to be able to hang out and do networking and just be with people, because you're standing there talking to the cream of the cream. You're talking to people that are interesting, for your art field. And it's vast, like it's really vast. You're like, wow. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick your brain when we get off this show
Absolutely.
here. But that's it's interesting. Tell me, where can the fans buy your stuff, stream it, catch your new stuff? Where can they find you?
Yeah, really simple. You can either go to Glenda Benevides music or glendabenevides.com, or you can go to glendamusic.com. And pretty much everything is there. You just click and go. And if you want to buy some merchandise, it's right there on the front page. It'll take you right to my shop, and then I'll get alerted that you've bought something, and that, and then I'll go plant a tree for you, and I'll let you know that I planted a tree. So there's that, and you can listen to my music. I've got a YouTube channel. You can Glenda Benevides, real easy. Well, maybe for some people, but it's Glenda, Glenda, last name Benevides, spelled B as in boy, E-N-E, V as in Victor, I-D-E-S, Benevides. So you'll find me all over the web. I'm everywhere, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, just reach out, say, hey. I definitely do my own stuff, even though I have a small team that help me, but I'm always the one that's responding. So.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for being on the show, Glenda.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. So to all the fans out there, thank you for spending a little bit of your precious, precious time with the two of us tonight. We both hope your unique story gets heard around the world. My name is Sarantos. Please join me every Tuesday night to hear other awesome artists share their fascinating behind-the-scenes stories right here at the Songwriter Show on Reality Radio 101. I love you guys. Thank you.
just got dismayed. Thought about our mangled past. Not sure why the passion didn't last. Seemed so horny at the start. Inseparable, nothing kept us apart. Last summer, something changed, and I stopped getting freaking laid. There's a question I keep wondering, a nagging feeling is got me suffering. Did you cheat on me? Did you cheat on me? Suspicious, anxious, and insecure, obsessed, united through and through. My worst nightmare, did it come true? Did you cheat on me? Did you cheat on me when I was always there for you? I took it kinda hard. Was painful being so far apart. Though we were all broken up, I never really had enough. I always felt so damn wrong. Acted like a rabid dog. Stumbled like a drunken man. Sober slowly, I walk, then I run. There's a question I keep wondering, a nagging feeling is got me suffering. Did you cheat on me? Did you cheat on me? Suspicious, anxious, and insecure, obsessed, united through and through. My worst nightmare, did it come true? Did you cheat on me? Did you cheat on me when I was always there for you? So you cheated on me? Well, who cares? I do, damn it, and I can't stop thinking about it. I hate this. Did you? Did you cheat? Did you?
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.